Many of us have the goal to stay sober throughout the holidays, but with friends, parties, sometimes we might falter. So today we have Jordan Burningham with Diamond Tree Recovery to discuss tips for a sober holiday. Hello, thanks so much for being with us. Merry Christmas early. Let's talk about something that a lot of people are going to need advice on. How can those in recovery mode or health challenge mode stay sober and be able to say no? We've got a lot of parties, a lot of people being offered some drinks, but how can we say no? And also talk to us about the difference between those two.
Yeah, so the difference between the two is, recovery mode, what I called it there, is where people are trying to stay in sobriety. They're in recovery, they're trying to stay sober, and they need to have some predetermined answers when they go to parties on what they're going to say when people offer them a drug or alcohol. Same thing with someone who's on a health challenge. Somebody that is in that health mode is trying to lose weight, trying to avoid certain foods and calories, prepare for a fitness challenge, something like that. Same idea. You want to have some predetermined answers in mind that you can give, that you're confident in, that you feel like, this is what I want.
Because you don't want to draw too much attention to yourself.
Yeah. And really it's best to do it in a way that's confident. I want this, not, oh, I wish, but I can do this. And then you might get more peer pressure, more pressure to do it, Oh, it's just a cookie, it's just a piece of cheesecake, it's just one drink, and that gets you in trouble.
I love that. Be confident in your choice. Okay, I like that. Okay, some people are more susceptible to the addiction than others. So let's talk about how really some people just have a tougher time than others, and it's not any other reason than that's just kind of how they were made.
Yeah, we're all not playing with the same deck of cards, that's what I say. And we have a genetics test that we do, and something that we want to help people and give them a 50% off by mentioning ABC News when they call in and helps them. But it really determines what reward deficiencies do they have going on in their brain, genetically or from trauma or from poor nutrition. And we can get that in a test nowadays. It's some new technology. So people wonder, why do some people get addicted and some people don't? And that's a big reason, is this reward deficiency syndrome in your brain. And so it's not a moral weakness or things like that. It's more of a genetic brain chemistry imbalance that we can balance.
Is that kind of comforting to some people to know that?
So much so.
It's not that I'm just bad.
Being able to come in and let us talk to you and your family and help the family understand it's not because they don't love you, it's not because they don't care. They're working with an imbalance in the brain chemistry, a physiological driving force. And it's hard to work against some of those things. And so once you know that, and the individual can say, oh, it's not just me, and the family says, oh, there's something going on here we need to look at and address, so much better for the individual and the families.
Okay, so where can we get a hold of you? Kind of give us information on how to get a hold of you, how to get in touch, how to make the connection and get started, and where to find you.
Yeah, so diamondtreerecovery.com, and there's a link that's a landing page here that should be on the screen as well. And if you call or reach out to us on the website, you can find more information there. DNA test is really simple as well, but other tips you can do, red Solo cup, taking that and getting that at a party, making sure people aren't offering you a drink. Everybody does it for a reason. You use alcohol or drugs for a reason. What is that reason? And explore alternatives, healthier alternatives. Sometimes there's healthy teas, lavender chamomile teas people can drink for that calming. The B vitamins and the green teas for the energy in the morning. Different things people can do that are healthier alternatives. There's always another way to do it.
So much great information. Thank you so much for being here. Merry Christmas to you. And of course, all that information can be found online at abc4.com.